One of the most brilliant advices that one of my friends shared with me right before I was about to make a major life-changing decision for me was that there are no mistakes in life, only detours, and that whichever path that I choose or I chose to take, I will eventually get to the destination that my soul intended. And that advice I've always carried with me, especially any moment I'm always conflicted on which path to take, which decisions to make. I always remind myself it does not matter. The most important thing is that I make that choice because eventually I am going to get to where I need to be. So today I'm going to be sharing a beautiful way and a beautiful analogy just to help you navigate this. So if you're actually beating yourself maybe for making a wrong choice in your life, or you're wondering whether your struggles could have been avoided if you made a different choice, or maybe you're even paralyzed right now because you're terrified that what if I choose incorrectly? Then this video is going to be a game changer for you. So stay with me because what I'm going to be talking about to you today is going to help you a lot. So first of all, hi, my name is Eva. I'm a certified soul realignment and quantum flow practitioner. And basically with my work, I combine both soul realignment and quantum flow to help you understand your soul blueprint, clear the patterns that might be holding you back, and help you embody the version of you, the most authentic self-expression of yourself that actually feels more aligned, steady, and powerful, and completely in tune with what your soul came here to experience. So basically, if you're navigating an inner awakening and maybe you're feeling so overwhelmed with mental clutter, you have so many of things that you need to release, emotional pain, you're constantly in conflict with your mental, emotional stability, especially in the world we're living in, or even struggling maybe to translate your spirituality into your daily life, then this channel will be a game changer for you and actually may work with soul alignment and quantum can actually help you. But more on that at the end of this video. I'm going to be sharing more on how I have this beautiful program that can help you navigate your whatever life experience we're going through right now, but I'll share this at the end of this video. So let's go back to today's topic, and that's all about there are no mistakes in life, only detours. So a beautiful analogy that really dropped into my headspace when I was reflecting on this was the navigation system of a car. There's this beautiful question that most people normally argue about or talk about or share insights about, and that is your entire life, is it based on destiny? Are you fated to whatever experiences that you're going through life? Have they already been predestined, or does your free will govern what you're meant to experience in life? Because one way, if you believe that everything in your life has been planned by an outside force, then it means that regardless of what you do, it doesn't matter what choices you make, that if it's part of your destiny to experience something, it's going to happen, right? Then the other side is when people say that you actually create a kind of experience you're having right now, which means that all the choices you're making right now are what are actually controlling or what is actually controlling the kind of life experience you get to have. So my belief with this and my perspective with this, which I'm going to be explaining with an analogy I'll be giving you, is that both of these statements are actually true. And in this sense, I do believe that every single one of our souls came here with what we came, whatever lessons we came to embody, whatever lessons we came to evolve into or experience, you know. So, question, I'll give an example. Like if your soul just wanted to really embody patience, that means that at the end of your experience, you need to have actually mastered that frequency or that vibrational state of being a patient person. Just give an example, meaning that that is your predestined, that's your fate or that's your destiny. Then now the free will part comes in when you get to choose how you're going to embody that lesson for you. So again, your higher guidance does not control what path you choose to take because you always have free will. So the people who choose the harder way, the more painful route to actually embody the patience, which essentially, by the way, it is you choosing that. You don't have to go through that. And there are people who also choose the easy path because at the end of it all, the most important thing is that have you chosen or have you actually embodied that vibrational being of patience? So stick with me here. Here's the thing, right? So if your plan was to embody patience, now let's go to the analogy I wanted to share. picture this. You're driving in a car, you input a certain navigation or a certain destination in your car navigation system. So maybe you're just traveling to a different city, right? So your path, your navigation system already calibrates the right path for you to take. This is what happens now in when you come now with that predestiny of I want to embody patience, your soul or your inner guidance is your navigation system. So it already has a plan, right? It's already mapped out the best way for you to actually experience that. But of course, when you come here, we have free will. Same way you have free will when it comes to are you going to follow your navigation system for your car or not? Because yes, it can yap all it wants. It can tell you take a right here, take a left here, and all of that. But ultimately, it's upon you. Are you actually going to take that right path? And the navigation system guides you towards that. That's entirely on you. And that's the thing that happens with inner guidance, that it's always doing its best to help you navigate your experience in the best way possible. Back to the car navigation system, it always finds the easiest path or the fastest route to where you need to get to. It's already configured to do that, which is what your soul guidance does. So it already knows if your ultimate goal is to embody the vibrational state of patience, this path that I'm going to navigate for you, the people I'm going to put in a path, this is the easiest and fastest route for you to embody that. But again, you have free will. So, of course, you can choose to listen or not listen, or sometimes you might even get distracted along the way. You might see something that might get you to veer off track, and you get to visit some place just along that path. Again, it's entirely on you. Sometimes you might choose to ignore that navigation completely and just say, you know what, I'm just gonna wait because I've probably taken this route many times before, so I don't listen. I don't need to listen to my navigation system. I know this. And maybe your navigation system already has that configured, um, what is it called, path in that. I think you can actually tap into traffic or traffic camera or something like that. I don't know. I don't know how it works. But it can usually tell that if you take this path, you're going to encounter traffic at this point. So don't take that path, take this other path. It's going to be the fastest route. Again, this is what your soul guidance does. It already knows the different detours. It's already navigated that for you and calibrated the right path for you to take. But if you don't listen and you decide to be stubborn and decide to, through your free will that you know better, and you happen to take a path that you were not meant to, guess what? You're going to end up in a place that you didn't have to actually go to had you initially listened. And this is literally what we go through in life whenever we ignore our inner guidance, right? That we take all those detours, we get distracted from our path, we lose sight of even that navigation system for ourselves, completely block it off. And because of that, we end up in places that we did not have to go. And what usually happens now, in the case of the car, you might end up in a ditch or something, or in a path that's rough that will actually damage your car. Again, damage that you could have actually avoided had you initially listened to, right? And now back to your soul, and I'm going to be taking you back and forth here. That, of course, if you're navigating all and taking all these detours and getting distracted, chances are you are going to go through some very painful experiences that are going to take a toll on your emotional, mental, physical body, even. You may have to go through that, but remember, it's your free will that governs your experience. So ultimately, you will get to the destination because this is what the navigation system does. You will eventually get there because even, again, going back to the car, even when you take the detour, what does the car navigation system do? It's always recalibrating and telling you, oh, hey, okay, fine, we found ourselves here. Here's how to go back to the path, or it will find you a different path for you to get to your destination. The only thing that the navigation system cares about is that you get to the destination. It doesn't matter what route you choose to take, it's going to help you navigate that, navigate your way back to your true path so that you can get to your destination. And notice how the navigation system never shames you. It never stops you, it stops to berate you for the mistake you made. Like, why? The same judgment we normally put ourselves to whenever we make a mistake. Your navigation system never does that. And yet, this is what we assume that, our spirit or our guidance, higher guidance always will judge us for the mistakes we make. And so many of us keep ourselves stuck in shame and guilt for what you could or would have done better. And then that actually prevents us from making the right choices to autocorrect or course correct that and come back to the right path because we're stuck in the shame and the guilt. But again, if you look at how the car navigation system works, it never shames you, never berates you. It just recalibrates over and over and over again. It doesn't matter how many times you make mistakes. It will keep recalibrating until you find your way back so that you can actually get to the destination. And this is what your soul guidance all about. Yes, you can get lost. This is why I'm saying that it doesn't matter what choice you make in life, because at the end of it all, you will always reach your destination. And thirdly, you might get there more banged up than you had to be. You might get there super tired. It might take you longer to get to that destination because you took all these detours and distractions along the way, but you will get there eventually. So back to someone who might be paralyzed with, am I going to make the right choice when I take this path? Maybe I'm terrified of, I'm going to encounter all this pain and all the struggles that I just don't want to deal with. And I will say this to you that literally it's impossible to know what future you're going to encounter with whatever path you take. Because sometimes, even when you're following our inner guidance, sometimes you might encounter challenges that we didn't predict, right? And the reason why certain challenges are put in our path, never to punish you. It's always to help sharpen you up, sharpen your skill, your mindset, all those things, so that when you get to that destination, you're good and prepared for whatever you're going to encounter there. You'll already know how to handle that vibrational state of being once you arrive there. So that's why your soul might guide you towards certain places where you encounter certain challenges, and then you sit down and wonder, okay, so if I was following my inner guidance, why am I going through this, right? And even if you make a quote unquote mistake, because again, I do not believe that there are any mistakes, there are only detours, and any detour will always get you the kind of experience that will only be an addition to help him build your character. And we all need that, right? It's kind of like when you're going to the gym, right? And you want to build your muscles. So just because you decided to work out 5 days in a week instead of 3 days in a week doesn't mean that, those 2 extra days don't count. They're going to be helping you build the muscle even more than if you had worked out for 3 days. So who cares if you went to the gym 5 days instead of 3 days? Same thing, that even when you're making this mistake, taking the wrong path, it doesn't matter what experiences you get to have, because ultimately they will serve you. They will serve whatever experience you're calling into your life. Again, no mistake. So don't waste your time and your energy stuck in the planning phase, stuck in paralysis and not willing to just bite the bullet and make that choice because you're terrified that you're going to make a mistake. What you need to do is have a new belief system that whatever I encounter is going to always ultimately serve my better good, my higher good. And number two, I'm always going to be supported whatever path I take. Same thing with the navigation system, right? It never leaves you. It never gets somewhere and just switches off and say, you know what, you're on your own right now. Like you didn't listen to me before, like a human would do. You didn't listen to me before, so we're done. I'm switching off, figure your way back. Your car navigation system will never do that, right? So why would you assume that your soul guidance will do that? It will just be super patient with you and tell you, okay, fine. I noticed you took a wrong path. We're going to recalibrate and I'm going to get you back on track. And again, it can do that 100 times, infinity times. It never gets tired because at the end of it all, what matters most is, do you arrive at your destination? So that's how I want you to look at it. And I hope whatever I'm sharing with you is actually going to help. So the next question that people will ask is, then how do I hear my inner guidance? Because again, so many of us actually lose sight of that based on basically how society has conditioned us not to actually trust ourselves. We are constantly taught to trust an external authority over what we feel or what we perceive inside. Or basically, we are taught to believe that what other people say is going to hold true for our path. And that's never the case because you are on your own unique journey. So, again, and this is something I say so much on my channel, what might work for someone else might not be the best solution for you. Following your inner guidance will be the best solution for you, even if it does not make sense for the people around you or the society at large, because you're here for your own unique experience. It will not look like any other. So don't try to compare, like, or hold yourself back just because someone else didn't take that path that you're taking right now. That's where that inner guidance is. But how do you hear this inner guidance? Now, this is the challenge that I've experienced in my life. I know that when I was looking for, my purpose or finding that thing that I was super passionate about, which is the work that I do, this is something that I navigated, or I kept asking this question over and over again, and I couldn't just find that thing for me. Do you know when that realization came through? When I was actually able to channel or be aligned with my true path, and it came in the most weird way. It's when I had done so much internal release, meaning that I'd done my forgiveness, I had released all the emotional wounds, the trauma, the belief patterns that were not serving me, all those habits that were not serving me. Like, I had done so much inner work and released so much of what was no longer serving me that I cleared up the channel so that my inner guidance will come through easily. So, how does it show up in your life? Your inner guidance will is always, always trying to reach out to you. But sometimes it might come through through statistics because you have all this external noise or all this noise from all your patterns that no longer serve you, all your pain, all your trauma, all of that no longer serve you, all the emotional strife, right? The disappointment, the frustration, the anger, the fear, all of that that you're constantly going through in a day-to-day basis. As long as you're stuck in that vibrational state of being, it doesn't matter how much you try to bear inner guidance, it might reach you, but obviously it has to navigate all this marking. And that's always the problem. So what I did, which is actually the work I do with quantum sensory alignment, these are actually the tools that I use to clear those channels for me so that I could actually clear that inner navigation system for myself clearly. And it's been an amazing, amazing journey for me now. I'm not saying that this is something that happens instantly because, again, you know that any new thing that you need to learn to is a skill that has to be developed. Obviously, you don't go to the gym one day and build a muscle. So it's the same thing. Your inner navigation system is something that you have to build your trust on through daily taking of action, listening to that guidance and building that rapport with your inner guidance so that you are able to actually channel the information that will support you on your best, path to take. But again, do not be terrified of making mistakes because even if you make the mistake, you'll always be guided back. So I hope what I've shared today is actually going to help you. And let me know your thoughts in the comments. And I would love, love, love for you to reflect on this so that it can actually guide you in your life. Figure out, and this is a beautiful way for you to embody the lessons that I've shared in this channel or in this video. Figure out where in your life right now that you might actually be ignoring that guidance. Maybe there's something that you've been mulling about for the past years, for the past couple of months, I don't know, where you're actually choosing a path or you're stuck on choosing a path just because you can't figure out if it's the right decision for you. And I want you to see whatever choices that are coming up for you. Again, sit down and reflect. I want you to just pick a path and see what new action you can take starting today. Don't procrastinate until tomorrow because once you allow your mind to kick in, everything is lost. Once you listen to this video, just write one step that you can commit to starting today, that will actually just get you building some momentum on that path, get you unstuck in a sense, because if you're not taking action, you're not helping yourself. Okay, so just follow that inner guidance, whatever feels good for you, even though you're not able to trust it, take that action. And then, and this is the best way to determine whether it's the right path for you or not, see what results come from that, come from taking that one step. And again, keep taking that step and another step and another step. So still following that inner guidance. even if you're not able to trust it, right? And the more you take that, the more you start creating results. Now, what results are you going to be seeing? Because whatever outcome comes from that choice you make will always be you'll always be told it was the right choice based on the results you actually create. So if you're taking that choice and then you notice that your life starts getting easier and better in a sense, maybe some people just start falling off, maybe people who are not really supporting you on your path, but just things start happening that just kind of feels like pure luck for you or synchronicity for you, then those are actually signs that you're headed in the right direction. But if you take the choice, and this is where your power comes in, and this is what I'm telling you, do not be scared because the universe or higher guidance will always help calibrate you back to the right path. So how will you know this? It's when you make a choice and then you notice your path gets more difficult, that you're tracking more and more difficulty, and things are just feeling very murky in a sense. If you notice that happening, then that means that whatever choice you made was not the right one. So go back and try a different thing until you start creating results that are actually in alignment with what you want to experience. The best way I can tell you to navigate that. So back to how soul element and quantum flow can help, which is actually the work that I do and what I can actually guide you with if this is a struggle, learning how to tune into that voice and sharing the tools that I use to help me really clear that channel out for me. So I'm going to tell you this, that this program that I have for you, it's a 6 weeks program where I'm actually going to be guiding you one-on-one. I'm going to be helping you to reconnect you with your inner guidance. You can actually hear that guidance clearly above all the external noise you've been experiencing in life. I'm going to be helping you identify whatever blocks and whatever patterns have been keeping you stuck and keeping you unable to actually tune into this voice, this inner guidance. I'm going to help you understand your soul's blueprint, what you actually came to experience, what lessons you came to learn, what you came to release, what new choices you need to make in order to make your life easier going forward. I'm also going to be helping you rewire your nervous system because a lot of us don't realize that a lot of the things we've experienced, the pain, the trauma, and if you're constantly going through this daily motions of negative vibrational states, right? The anger, again, frustration, disappointment, all the things, that is always recorded within your nervous system. So if you're doing or you are on your healing journey, don't just focus on the mind. With actually, when we're rewiring your nervous system and quantum flow, we're going to be targeting your physical, your emotional, your mental mind, your spirituality, your energetic well-being, and all of that. All these different facets, because most people just target one part of their existence when it comes to their healing journey, and you need to incorporate these other parts of yourself, which is what quantum flow is actually going to be helping you with. And I'm also going to be giving you beautiful practices that you can tap into on a daily basis that will help you keep aligned to your true or your soul's true path. Even when life gets chaotic, you'll always know the right choices to make that will actually support you to create more functional or more amazing experiences for yourself. So if this sounds good, and maybe you're just like in a place you're like, I am so tired of all these mistakes I've been making, feeling unsure of my path and all of that, and you're actually ready to now really learn to trust yourself and learn to trust that inner guidance pattern, then this program will be a game changer for you. So if you're curious, maybe you might have questions for me. To apply for the 6 weeks program one-on-one, I'm going to invite you to book a free discovery call with me. Again, 15 to 30 minutes call, where we're actually going to determine whether what you're going through in life, if this program will be a game changer for you or not, because this program, again, is not for everyone. I'll just state that disclaimer first of all, because it requires a huge level of commitment to your transformation. So if you're not committed to actually transforming your life, I would encourage you not to take this program because I will be challenging you to get out of your comfort zone and do things that you normally don't do. And that actually requires radical commitment to your own transformation because that's the only way you get to actually see your life change. So if you're not ready for that, then I will advise you not to go for this program. But if you are, and you're just looking for guidance on how to do this in a way that's more aligned with you, that creates more ease and more difficulty, then I'm going to invite you to book a discovery call with me. 15 to 30 minutes, we're going to determine if this program is a game changer for you or not. So thank you so much for tuning in. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Did you like the video? Did you like the content I shared? What insights do you want to share with the community, right? Share in the comment section down below and let's learn from each other. So now I'm sending you so many love and blessings, and do not forget to subscribe to my channel if you like the kind of content I share out here. I just share weekly guidance, weekly nuggets of wisdom that I tap into. And when I'm meditating, it also through my different life experiences. So if you like the kind of content I share, do make sure you subscribe and also click on the notification bell so you don't miss out on any things that I share. So thank you so much for tuning in. I will see you on the next video. Bye for now.